Hey everybody, welcome back. Today I'm talking to you about my top 10 comic picks for October 5th, 2022. But first, please subscribe, like the video, and comment down below what you're picking up this week. I love hearing what everybody's picking up. Plus, there's a little bit of everything this week with brand new independents, some great DC, some good Marvel. So I would love to hear what you guys are picking up. Starting with my number 10, though, is going to be Earth Divers number 1. This is an IDW original, and IDW has been kind of killing it on their original comics right now, in my opinion. I really like Dark Spaces Wildfire, so I'm really excited for this one. This one piqued my interest the most after Dark Spaces. So, essentially, it's the year 2112 in this post-apocalyptic world, and it's exactly what you think. The rivers are receding, the oceans are rising, civilization is crumbling, and there's only one real hope to surviving in this world, and they believe that is to go back in time on a one-way mission to 1492 to kill Christopher Columbus. Now that doesn't seem like an easy task, but I mean, time travel is really interesting, especially when merged with our history, so I'm really looking forward to this. I think this could be a really surprise pick this week, so I'm dying to check this one out. In my number 9 spot, it's going to go to Edge of Spider-Verse number 5. Now, this is the last one, but we are getting 3 brand new spider characters in this one. So we have Web Weaver, who is this fashion designer. He is kind of like the Edna Mode of Spider-Man, which I find very interesting. I really like Edna Mode, and I always figure, who makes these costumes, you know? So that kind of appeals to me. And then we have Hunter Spider, which looks like the Kraven version of this Spider-Man, which again seems really cool, very violent, and yeah. And then last but not least, we have Phil Lord and Christopher Miller, the filmmakers of the Spider-Verse movie, introducing a brand new spider just in time for the end of the Spider-Verse, which I am really looking forward to. I love Into the Spider-Verse, and I'm really looking forward to the next movie. So getting that little taste of what's to come for the next movie really piques my interest, and I'm really excited for that. My number 8 spot, it's going to go to Batman 128. I think Chip Zdarsky is nailing Batman right now. I haven't really enjoyed a Batman run since Tom King's, so this has been one of my favorites, and I really like Failsafe. I think Failsafe is a terrifying villain, and it keeps the pace of this comic really nice and fast, so I really like that. Now, Failsafe has taken everything away from Bruce, his family, his allies, and now his city, so he is down in the dumps, and what is Batman gonna do in order to rise back up? I'm not too sure, but it's Batman. I mean, he's always gonna be there, he's gonna protect us, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how all of that plays out. In my number 7 spot, it's going to go to Gotham City Year One, number 1. Now, this is a miniseries written by Tom King and drawn by Phil Hester, and I gotta say, most of the time, I'm not really interested in a GCPD comic. Let's be real. It's a cop book, and I don't really tend to go towards that. However, Tom King, in particular, is a very well writer, and I'm hoping that he can make this book into more of a detective-style-like comic where we are inside the minds of these detectives, these investigators, and I am really looking forward to that. Also, I like the appeal that Batman is not around during this time. It is just the GCPD. It's actually 2 generations prior before Batman becomes. So they're going to be on this task trying to solve this crime, and hopefully I'm really intrigued by it. Hopefully it's like a Forensic Files episode, because that seems really cool. But if not, then I might not keep getting it. But I am interested to check out the number 1 at least. In my number 6 spot, it's going to go to Dark Ride number 1. This is a brand new Image book written by Joshua Williamson, and essentially it is an amusement park based on horror-themed rides, and it is home to the scariest ride ever, the Devil's Due. So it seems like these lifelong fan, Owen, gets his first day on the job and discovers the true horrors behind this amusement park. Probably that they kill people and that they do all kinds of heinous things. But I mean, what else can you expect from this horror-themed amusement park? You're gonna find murder, mayhem, and all kinds of crazy secrets. So I'm literally looking forward to this. I hope it's as fun as the synopsis, but the real surprise here is that there is a 1 in 25 Tony Flex cover. Tony Flex did Stray Dogs, really popular comic, highly recommend it. But he's doing these crazy horror Disney covers, and they are super cool. Now, I don't picture many shops ordering more than 25 in these, so just the one is going to be hard to get. But they are really, really cool looking. The first one is going to be a homage to The Little Mermaid, and I really like them. So I really wanted to talk about them and show you guys, see if you're interested, and let you know that they are 1 in 25, so they are going to be really hard to find and pretty rare in the wild. So highly recommend talking to your local comic shop about that. In my number 5 spot, it has to go to TMNT Saturday Morning Adventures #1. Now, I grew up on the Turtles cartoon. I know it's like blasphemy because they're so cheesy, but I loved My Heroes in a Half Shell. I mean, I loved the song. I thought they were so cute. And so I am dying to read this comic and really get that nostalgia back from when I was younger. So it seems like the turtles themselves are trapped in a training simulator and they have to fight themselves free to escape the digital clutches. And I'm really looking forward to this because we're probably going to see some really great foes. We're going to probably see Shredder, Krang, all the OGs, and I think it's just going to be a fun nostalgia, and I really hope it checks my boxes. In my number 4 spot, it's going to go to Miracleman #0. Now, I have this on here because I am a huge Neil Gaiman fan, and I am so excited for him to be back for Miracleman. Now, I am not going to say I'm the biggest Miracleman fan, because I'm not, but I am a really big Neil Gaiman fan, so I can't wait to read this. Now, this one it starts Neil Gaiman's run, but it's really going to be a homage to Miracleman returning with all of his very long reigning writers and new artists alike, such as Peach Momoko, and it just seems like a really fun issue. Hopefully it gets you going and kickstarting for that new Miracleman #1. In my number 3 spot, it's going to go to Night of the Ghoul #1. Now, this is a brand new Scott Snyder independent, drawn by Francisco Francaville, and he's done some Archie horror comics, and I absolutely love them. So I'm really excited to get this creepy horror comic just in time for Halloween. So basically, The Night of the Ghoul was a movie that was supposed to be shot and filmed and released right alongside like Frankenstein and Dracula and made into an instant classic. However, the film ends up getting destroyed in a fire, and our main protagonist ends up restoring or trying to restore this film or this footage because he discovered the last remains of it. So essentially, we're going to get that whole story being exposed and what this movie really was and how this is going to really affect our main character. And I find that really cool. I love horror movies, especially the old school horror movies. So having that just like theme amongst it really piques my interest. So I'm really looking forward to this one. And lately, Scott Snyder has not been letting me down on his independence. So really, really excited for that. In my number 2 spot, it's going to go to Spider-Man #1. And, oh gosh, another Spider-Man title. But I'm really excited for this one. I am one of the people that absolutely love Dan Slott's Spider-Man run. I loved his Superior Spider-Man. And he's back. But not just back. He's back with Mark Bagley, who is like one of the most well-known Spider-Man artists. So I am super excited to have them back. And we're also going back to our original Spider-Verse world. We're having Moreland come back as the villain. And that just seems really cool and fun. And I love him. I think he's terrifying. And the way he just kills the spiders are absolutely crazy. So I'm really looking forward to this. I know a lot of Spider-Man fans will probably be really excited for this. So hopefully Peter Parker keeps us hyped and going, and hopefully it's as action-packed as ever. So before I talk about my number one, just some honorable mentions. If you have been getting Axe, I highly recommend getting Axe Star Fox and Axe X-Men. Those are really important events for the Axe title. The Last Basilisk, I really liked this run. Cullen Bunn doing a great job. Dark Crisis on Infinite number 5, as well as a tie-in to the Deadly Green. New Superman Swamp Thing merger in that. Hulk number 9 seems to be a new villain. Joker, the Man Who Stopped Laughing number 1. Lots of people love Joker. Poison Ivy number 5. I've really been enjoying this book. Some really nice covers this week. I love them, like always. Shock Shop number 2. I really enjoyed this. It's haunted comic shop era. Siren's Gate number 1. This is a new Dynamite. Looks really interesting for Shannon Meyer book. Star Wars Mandalorian number 4. Gotta get those cute Baby Yoda covers. And Sweet Candy Vigilante number 1. This is another Dynamite book. It looks a lot like a game I played called Lollipop Chainsaw, so really piqued my interest on that. In my number one spot, though, it's going to go to none other than Junkyard Joe number 1. This is written by Jeff Johns, drawn by Gary Frank, colors by the incredible Brad Anderson. This incredible team has done so many others of my favorite books, including Geiger, who is the tie-in comic to this. So essentially, Junkyard Joe was a cartoon sketch in the back of the Geigers, and it really always seemed like in this universe, this Junkyard Joe character was just this cartoon character. But you know that's never the case when lore expands, because Junkyard Joe is actually based off of a real character, and this is his story. So, throughout history, unlikely and strange heroes have risen and fallen. Their identities have secret lives, but for the great evil to be stopped, their stories must be told. They are the unnamed fighting the unknown war. And they also have these really cool black and white covers that per one you purchase, $2 ends up going to veterans, which I really like and support. So I am really excited for this. The preview alone just looked so crazy, so good. The art is amazing, and honestly, I was not expecting to fall in love with Geiger like I did, but Geiger has easily become one of my favorite comics of all time. So honestly, I'm really excited to get to know Junkyard Joe, a brand new character that I'm probably going to fall in love with. So really looking forward to that. Now, I'm dying to know what you guys are picking up. Let me know in the comments, and hopefully I'll see you back here next week for my top 10 for next Wednesday. But be sure to check out all these comics and many more at your local comic shop October 5th, 2022. Have a great day.